Well, I was encouraged at the start when he spoke of four pillars, but unfortunately, the speech didn't then deliver on that. It was a missed opportunity. This was the moment to offer a vision for a new society.
This is no ordinary year, and this is no ordinary State of the Nation address. We must defeat the coronavirus pandemic. We must undertake a massive vaccination program to save lives and dramatically reduce infections across the entire population.
Unfortunately, the president tonight announced very vague plans that we have already heard really about the vaccine rollout. We have heard no concrete timelines. We have heard essentially no details around how we're going to be acquiring this vaccine.
We must accelerate our economic recovery. The social and economic relief package that we introduced in April of last year is by any accounts the largest intervention of its kind in the history of our country.
It is not to be doubted that the UIF interventions, despite the corruption around it, has helped, millions of workers, that the support grants to businesses have been important in sustaining the livelihoods of very many people.
Since the launch of the plan, we have focused on four priority interventions: a massive rollout of infrastructure.
Talking about infrastructure, the implementation by his colleagues in the cabinet is not going to materialize. Last year, he promised that the Umzimvubu water scheme or dam in the Eastern Cape would be launched last year. But he didn't say anything today whether indeed that project is underway.
A massive increase in local production and employment stimulus to create jobs and support livelihoods, and the rapid expansion of our energy generation capacity.
There are many things scattered throughout Sona about small businesses, small business support. A lot of this is wrapped up in what I think is often said on energy supply. There are risks around running a business in South Africa, but there were certainly some very encouraging points made on Eskom tonight in terms of energy.
Eskom has been restructured into three separate entities for generation, transmission, and distribution. This will lay the foundation for an efficient, modern, and competitive energy system in South Africa.
It seems somewhat counterintuitive that while we've been undergoing load shedding, I'm telling you that they've also been doing planned maintenance. But this is the near-term cost that we're going through in order to try and achieve the security of energy supply down the line.
And finally, we must fight corruption and strengthen the state that has been weakened.
It's a slogan, this thing of corruption, because even now the president talks about projects that are coming up and so forth, but we're not seeing any results in terms of corruption.
It is one thing to make rhetorical statements in the State of the Nation. What many people want to see is, one, concrete action, but also symbolic action. If we want to clean up the municipal chambers in order to make sure that there is service delivery and that there is pro-people governance, we cannot have that if there are different standards being applied to people who happen to be close to people in the executive.
We would have liked the president to speak more pronouncedly and more concretely on corruption in particular. We would have liked the president to really tell us what are some of the key reforms that his government is going to be employing to ensure that we pull South Africans out of poverty, we recover from this post-pandemic environment.
It was certainly better than the glitz and glamour Sonas that we've seen in the past, and I would go so far to say that a country should be rewarded glitz and glamour State of the Nation addresses if it has the budget for those. So maybe this is the way it should continue in the future. Keep it very much business focused, add in a little bit of hope, and then of course we as economists will continue to monitor the situation to see if we can believe it.